Bebop developed in the early to mid 1940s. Key features of bebop included fast tempos, complex chord progressions with rapid chord changes, instrumental virtuosity, and improvisation based on harmonic structure. It was also known that Kansas City jazz played a major role in influencing the transition from the big band style to the musical improvisation style that bebop had. Bebop was not dance music. The artist wanted the audience to really focus on the chords and the specific details of the music that they played. It evolved from the swing era big band style because of the rhythm sections. In big band, up to 14 pieces played in an ensemble style. However, it was a small combo that consisted of saxophone, trumpet, piano, and drums, in which the ensemble played a supportive role in bebop. Hardbop is just an extension of bebop. It developed in the 1950s and incorporated a lot of different styles or influences from rhythm and blues and gospel music. These influences could be especially heard in the saxophone and piano. Hardbop is considered to be the natural creation of African Americans and musicians who grew up at a time when rhythm and blues were dominant forms of African American music. Black nationalism also had its ties to hardbop. Now, moving on to cool jazz, it is a style of modern jazz that arose in the United States after World War II. It is characterized by relaxed tempos and lighter tones. Cool jazz features formal arrangements and incorporates elements of classical music. Cool jazz was more soft, reserved, and controlled. Bebop and hardbop were more loud, exciting, and loose. If you were comparing the two with colors, you could say that cool jazz could be compared to pastel colors, whereas bebop and hardbop can be referred to as fiery red colors. Bebop and hardbop bands were normally a quartet or quintet, with it featured saxophone, trumpet, and rhythm section. Cool jazz featured more classical instruments such as flute, French horn, and tuba. Cool jazz had a wider variety of instrumentation. And unlike bebop, much of cool jazz was written ahead of time. In bebop, emphasis was more focused on improvised solos. Bebop was associated with the East Coast. Cool jazz was more associated with the West Coast. Continuing on, bebop was known for bebop was known for its creation. Bebop and hardbop were known for its creation with black and African American cultures, whereas cool jazz was more associated with white culture. Post World War II attitudes fit more of cool jazz style because of the emotion it displayed in the music, and that emotion was favored in the quiet intellectual control that was valued in the U.S. during the time after World War II. Ultimately, just the differences between cool jazz, hardbop, and bebop were that cool jazz was more of a slowed down style and pace that people really could connect with after the World War, after loss. And hardbop and bebop were really just an art form that African Americans and all people really could appreciate. And it displayed the faster tempos and the more like happy times that you could see during the creation of bebop and hardbop.